What's up guys? Kid Complete here with another video talking about Serato Sample and the latest update. On my last video someone asked me what I thought about the new velocity setting, and I had to admit that I hadn't actually tried it yet, so I figured I would explore some of the uses of this new setting and show you guys what you can do with it. Right, so essentially what I've done today is just gone to freesample.org, downloaded some sounds that I thought would be interesting to use. I've loaded them all up into different instances of Serato Sample, and I'm going to show you how you might use some of these sounds. Right, so the first thing I've got here is your most obvious use case scenario, and I've just loaded up a single piano note. Now I've chucked it into keyboard mode so that it can play more than one note. I've also changed it from mono to poly so that we can play chords. And lastly, we'll turn velocity on. Now when we play notes hard, they'll be loud. And if we play soft, they'll be quiet. Pretty straightforward. And now with the velocity setting turned on, we have a much more natural sounding piano. Alright, with the next sample that I've loaded up, I'm using the same scenario, so I've got just a single note from a Glockenspiel. Okay, so with the next sample I've got loaded up, things are getting a little bit more interesting. Now, the sample itself is 7 notes played on what they're calling an African piano. I'm guessing it's one of those little hand pianos. I've chopped up each note individually, switched it from mono to poly, and I've also increased the release to just under 2 seconds. Now, what makes this interesting is that we now have essentially a multi-sampled instrument, being that each note played is actually a separate sample. I'll give you a listen to what that sounds like. Okay, so the next sample I've got loaded up is a steel tongue drum. Now I've got everything set up the same as the last sample, but as it is a different instrument, different notes are being played, and this is what it sounds like. Right, so the last sample I've got loaded up is a drum break from my own collection. What I've done is just pick out a kick, snare, hi-hat, then I've doubled up the hi-hat so I can play that with both hands, and I have it laid out like this, just. But now with velocity turned on, we can get some variation in volume. And we could do our best to get some more natural sounding drums. Alright, so that's about it. Now, for me personally, I don't know how often I will be using this setting, but I do think it's pretty interesting being able to create these, I guess you would call them just super basic multi-sampled instruments. I can imagine doing some field recordings of just some random pitched instruments, chucking them into Serato Sample, chopping them up, and just having fun with some weird sounds. And I actually really liked that steel tongue drum. I think I'll definitely use it for a beat in the future. Now, I usually end these videos by chucking on a beat and putting down some cuts, but today's different. I am still participating in the 28 Days of Scratch over on Instagram. So today I'm going to send you over there to check out the cuts that myself and everyone else who's been participating in the challenge have been putting down. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time.